Hey dancers, welcome back to our channel. I'm Julie and I'm the owner and one of the instructors here at Broche Ballet, a ballet school just for grown-ups in Denver, Colorado. Today we are talking about scary stuff. It is Halloween time, and so we're going to talk about something scary, and that is watching videos and photos of yourself dancing. This can be a little bit scary, and sometimes you see it and you think, wow, oh my gosh, I thought I was nailing that, but I see all the mistakes that I couldn't even think about when I was dancing. Sometimes it can be a little bit hard to watch that of ourselves. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit today. If you are having fun with us and enjoying our videos, please do make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that little notification bell. It really does help us out. So let's get started. First, I want to talk about why I think it can be so unnerving and jarring to watch ourselves on video. Let me preface this with the fact that if you guys follow me on Instagram at Julie the Ballerina, you know that I film myself constantly and watch myself constantly. I am always seeing what I look like on camera, and so I'm very used to it, but in the beginning it was really, really weird, and I've had to get used to it. And sometimes still when I watch certain videos, I'm like, oh man, what the heck is going on there? And need to remind myself about being positive and not really harping on myself when I watch those videos. So this is an experience that I deal with all the time, and I know that sometimes when you get videos and photos of yourselves, you can experience this as well. So first of all, why I think this is a thing that we experience, I think that when we are dancing and experiencing something, we're feeling one thing, and then when we watch the video later, those feelings are not there, and so we get a very disjointed experience from how it felt to how it looks. Because how it feels in the moment, your leg feels really heavy, it feels really high. You're doing a penché and you're like, gosh, my leg's gotta be over my head by now, because you feel like everything hurts and you feel really intense. Then when you watch the video, you see your leg not even anywhere near over your head. And that can be a little bit confusing because you felt like your leg was really high, but when you watch the video, you see the facts that your leg wasn't as high as you thought it was or you felt like it was. Now, if you had just watched the video without having the feeling, those facts wouldn't be as hard to take in. You'd be like, yeah, that's where the leg was. It was at that level, and that's just where it's at. And it would just be sort of more matter of fact about it. But because it felt a certain way, you felt like you were really getting that leg up there, and then you watched it and the leg wasn't up as high as you felt like it was. That expectation mismatch can be a little bit discouraging and a little bit confusing. So when you see that picture or photo, the feeling does not match the reality of what was going on. So that's a little bit of background, I think, about what's going on when you are watching or seeing yourself. You are kind of actually having an out-of-body experience, whereas in the moment you are really feeling it. The second thing that happens is that acting is hard. Let's just put that out there. Emoting, or taking your emotions from inside your body and putting them outside your body, is really actually quite the skill, which is why actors practice so much and why acting is a really impressive skill if you've ever tried to do it yourself. So the things and the thoughts and the feelings inside of your body becoming facial expressions, becoming physical expressions in your hands or in your body is really challenging. If you've ever tried to give a speech and create a pause, do you know how long that pause has to be in order for it to register with the audience? To you, it feels like you were silent for an eternity, but to the audience, you were silent for simply a normal period of time that someone would be silent for to make a point. The same thing goes for with your dancing. You feel like you are just being so sharp with your frappes or your piqués, or you feel like you're really using all the music on your pliés. You feel like your arms are super expressive, but then you watch it on video and you think, I am so flat. I'm off the music. I actually wasn't taking what was inside my body, what I felt, and putting it outside my body. So think about that as a skill in and of itself. So the next time you watch yourself on video, remember what you felt like you were doing and how it actually was. And then the next time you feel like you're doing something, like let's say you feel like you're being really sharper with the music, actually really focus and be like, am I actually really sharpened on this music? Because I feel like I am, but sometimes when I feel like I am, I'm actually not. So that can help you understand how much you have to do in order to get your feelings onto the real world. How much you have to do to show in your body and in your motion what you're trying to express. And I know sometimes with bar exercises, it's hard to think about expressing something because they can feel sort of like rote, but with Things like sharp movements, really being precise with the music, really hitting the ground on a specific beat, really lifting a PK right on the music. Those are all things that you want to express. And it takes a really, really surprising amount of activity in the body and gumption to make that happen. It doesn't just happen naturally, even though it feels like it's happening naturally. The video gives you sort of an objective look at what was actually going on, so you can start to reconcile how things feel with how things actually look, because that connection is going to help you improve your dancing right there. When you can think, I feel like I'm doing this, but I know that when I feel like this, it actually looks like this, then that helps you break through that next level in that dancing, especially when it comes to the emotions or the characters. That's a really big deal. Acting is hard. You have to work at it. Working at getting what's inside your body onto the outside is a skill that you want to think about working on, just like everything else. So really make sure you don't beat yourself up over not having that without practicing it. As we know from this channel, you don't have anything that you didn't practice. Ballet is totally unnatural. Everything about it is unnatural, including this part of it. So you have to practice every single thing as if it was a skill, just like everything else you're learning. Last, I want to talk to you about how you should feel when you watch the videos of yourself or look at photos of yourself. I want you to think about observing and not judging. So a little bit about what we've been talking about. All of this video is thinking about how it felt versus how it looked. And when you're looking at the actual reality of how it looked on camera, I want you to think about looking at where you can improve, not looking at where you did it wrong. So if you see a sickled foot, great, now you know, man, I didn't think I was sickling there. I guess when I feel this way, my foot is sickled. Or like, wow, I thought my knee was up in that attitude back, but I can really see that it's dropping. Maybe I need to work even harder to get that knee all the way up. And using it as little cues for you to think about, almost like correcting yourself when you're watching your videos. The other thing you can do is take a video and watch it and really feel that intense reaction you see to it. Feel that reaction of like, wow, man, really didn't nail that like I thought I did. Sometimes that can be really intense. And then put the video aside for 3 months and watch it again. By that point, all of those intense feelings have probably dissipated and disappeared. So at that point, you can watch the video with a little bit more of a third party kind of a feeling. Like I know that still when I take a video of something that's pretty bad and I'm like, oh, I don't really like how I look in that video. That's pretty rough. I can wait a few months and look at it again and think, wow, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, or look at all those areas I've improved since then, or wow, watching that really helped me see that when I push off into my pirouette, my knee isn't coming back and that's helped me improve. And I can really start to reshape how I'm looking at those old videos of myself instead of thinking, wow, gosh, you really didn't know what you were doing. I can think like, look at how far I've come, look at these details that I can start improving. And when you practice watching old videos of yourself, sometimes that can help you watch current videos of yourself. So you can remind yourself, hey, you remember the last time I took that video and I thought it was terrible, then I watched it in 3 months and it wasn't so bad? Maybe in 3 months this one won't be so bad. And maybe you can shorten the amount of time that it takes you to be able to look at a video or a photo objectively and not judge yourself for what you did incorrectly or what you feel like you did poorly. I want you to think about all of it as just like a tool for improving and for getting better and not for beating yourself up over the things that you thought you were doing that you actually weren't doing yet. So dancers, I hope this helps you get over your fear of watching videos and looking at photos of yourself dancing. I want you to take as many videos and photos as you can. It is so fun to see your progress. And once you learn the skill of looking at yourself on video and photo, it can help you learn all the other skills, such as really creating a character, expressing your emotions, improving your musicality, improving all those tiny details in your transition steps that the video will capture, but that go by too quickly for your brain. So really work on this skill of watching yourself on video and looking at photos of yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Use it as a tool. Be kind to yourself and really just have fun with it. It is really fun to have sort of a journal of your progress over time and look back and see how far you've come. That is just super, super cool. All right, dancers, that is all for this video. I hope you had a lot of fun chatting with me about watching yourself on video and looking at photos of yourself. I am going to go watch this video of myself and be super nice about it, even if I did a whole bunch of weird stuff. Until next time, take care.